Hello, hello, how are y'all doing? I'm finally back and I'm no longer, how you say, dying, for lack of a better term. I'm glad you're all happy to be back. And I personally have a little bit of a, accomplishment that I'm very personally proud of. Um, Probably going to get flamed for this because it should have been something I should have been able to do on my own very quickly, but it was harder to understand than I thought, okay? And no matter how hard I tried, it didn't get to work, but I hopefully shouldn't be running into any issues with keeping up with chat anymore because I actually have a plugin on my side that has combined the two chats. So now I can see both YouTube and Twitch side so that I do not have to worry about because the way I had it before is I had it on two separate tabs and I would have to how you say close or move out of the tab I was currently in order to switch between YouTube and Twitch in order to see the two chats and try to react to them. So I ended up neglecting one for too long on accident. But now you are both right next to me. Yes, alt tab basically. And alt tab constantly. So if you ever were watching one of my streams and suddenly the audio disappeared from the game, that's because I was probably alt tabs trying to look at the chat from the other one that I haven't been looking at for like the last 5 minutes. Burkout, I've been on the server for a while, and also a little bit before it even went public, so yes, YouTube will hopefully no longer get ignored, Jeff. We have some optimization on my side, and also a little bit of fun thing. I was kind of looking over my analytics to kind of see like who was subscribed for the longest, and apparently on my YouTube side, who the person who has been following me the longest, who openly like joins streams most regularly and has their subscriptions public is Jeff, which is really funny. I honestly figured I didn't know who it was gonna be, but then again I may not know all of your YouTube accounts, but from what I can see, Jeff is the oldest subscriber I have who regularly joins the streams. I had it pulled up a little bit ago. It's just a little funny thing I noticed. Because I was curious to see if like the people who regularly join streams are the ones who have been here the longest, but I'm also like I wasn't fully sure if that was the case, so I wanted to check for myself. No, yeah, Jeff is literally like constantly here, and I really appreciate him for that. Though I'm genuinely curious for all of you. Where did you find me? Like which short or whatever did you use to find me? Thank you for the resubscribe. Define the word good at Captain America. No, I know. I mean, like, which. I don't mean, like, which platform. I mean, if you can remember, which specific video was your introduction to me. Because I'm genuinely curious if y'all can remember what the first short you ever saw of me was. Because I've been doing this for about, um, how long have I been doing this? 1 second, I need to go back to my analytics to see, like, when my first short was uploaded. I haven't checked my old shorts in a long time. Why is there a hype train? I'm sorry, why is there a hype train? What the fuck did we do for a hype train to appear? Hello, Luna. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, no, I don't understand why there's a random hype train. Like, we had one person resubscribe, and now there's a hype train. Like, I swear to God. Throwers. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't understand, honestly. If I remember, okay, before I even look up my own shorts, if throwers are the worst, let me think here. I think that was the Rocket Raccoon one. I think that was the one where my rocket was hardcore throwing. Was it in my old thumbnail style or my new thumbnail style? Because I did make a switch about halfway through into my career. I was gonna say one of the many AI issues because the amount of so many people call me AI, like it's genuinely it's like a trigger word. I'm not even gonna kid you when I say this. It's like a trigger word for me. Oh, okay. So, Gaslight, you came from my first ever big hit of a video, which was that Hawkeye video. It's still the highest viewed video on my channel. I haven't been able to recreate that magic, unfortunately. For code, I swear to God, I do remember, like, I didn't get a lot of comments early on. Um, but then, like, Jeff, I do remember seeing you as one of my first ever constant, like, commenters to kind of, one, increasing engagement, but also just kind of like a name I recognized. Eight 29. Okay. God, I cannot remember dates. I can remember roughly what happens in one of my videos, but I cannot remember which date I uploaded which video. It's fair. Honestly, doom scrolling into finding somebody is a very valid way of going about it. Hello, motivated. Honestly, You know what? I haven't actually asked my audience this, and I'm kind of scared. I'm honestly. kind of scared. Honestly, like I I was so terrified of streaming, and like I made it because I knew I tried like really hard to stream before, but I could not handle an empty chat. I could not handle talking to nobody. I need to have a conversation with somebody. Also, hello Axel. Hello Casual. How are you? Welcome in, Mac. Why are we doing story time? Also, to answer the question, no, I am not a e-pal. What's an e? Okay, I don't even know what an e-pal is. Is that like a title, like an e-girl or something? I'm kind of confused. I'm sorry. Um, Mac, I swear to God, Mac, please control yourself. Also, I saw this earlier. Please do not call us a cult. We are not a cult. Okay, 50% of us are a cult, the other 50% are a rebellion, so that's whatever. Hello, Trophy, how are you? It's a 50-50 split between people who are cult members and who are not. Oh, thank you for popping in, Lucky. Don't worry, I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. I'm doing significantly better now I can actually stream again because I will be completely honest. I was losing my mind not being able to stream. Like I did all I could to like try to keep my mind at ease, but I just could not handle it. Okay, so if you want to call this a cult, do not involve me. I am not the cult leader. They are. They are the ones who handle the cult side. And if you want to talk to the rebellion, I believe my artist is the leader of them. I am a neutral party who does not pick sides. I ended up eating some takeout Chinese food for the sake of speed because I wanted to eat really quickly so that I could stream like as soon as possible. Oh, I was so entirely way too nervous to stream. So to explain more so why I never streamed early on is because when I tried, like I genuinely did try. I did some text test streams too. See if I could handle it with a couple of friends and by myself, and tried to see if I could handle talking to nobody. By I ended up just sitting there in silence, not knowing what to say, with the occasional like two-sentence long comment, and that was it. But so I kind of said as a rule for my community that they would all quote unquote unlock streaming after I hit 1,000 on YouTube. And from there, that's kind of how the whole streaming started. Basically, I'm kind of like I'm not a leader, but I am a wrangler for these crazy starlights. No, yeah, like I mentioned, getting to 1,000 subscribers as a benchmark goal in order to unlock streaming for everybody. And suddenly I went up like 200 subscribers in like one day. And it was terrifying, honestly. Like, I was so not ready to stream because I'm like, oh, it'll be a far off future. It'll be a while before I have to do this. And suddenly people came out of nowhere and it was crazy. Also, I am not familiar with the German Goose VTuber. Yeah, no, genuinely, from the time I announced that I would stream at 1,000, I think I genuinely got like I got to that goal in less than a week, and it was genuinely insane. Okay, so that's another thing. Your, your donations are another thing I was not expecting. I was thinking, oh, I do PNG tubing for like a year, and then next year I managed to fund myself and save up a lot of money for a VTuber model. And now I have to find an artist. I have to find an artist. I have to find a rigger. I have to find so many different things for this model. Because I was looking at the artists earlier, but I found like four, but they all didn't have their commissions open. So I need to find one who actually has their commissions open. I believe 50% of the model is funded. I'm not sure how much rigging will be, but I'm fairly certain at least the art is funded for how much I wanna like budget it out for. Oh, Corbin. Well, you don't say about changing the design. Well, we may or may not have a 2.0 design being worked up in the background that will be the basis for the VTuber model. Totally not. Oh no, it's gonna be the same person. It's just a matter of expanding the lore a little bit and maybe or maybe not having a, how you say, fully voice acted comic to accompany my debut. But we will see how that goes. Thank you, Speedy. I appreciate the very nice introduction. Leak straight from the source is wild. But yeah, like I have a whole story um prepared and a bunch of other big projects ready for um debut, and no, not ready, but I have ideas that I need to um use the funding from all of you to help create, and slowly as time will go by, hopefully we can debut relatively soon. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up because I don't know how long art commissions take, so it could take a while. I will not be expanding to the bedtime story industry. I am staying relatively stable in my gaming industry. Hello, Evie. How are you? That's fair. I understand that. I really don't think I would do very good as like a bedtime story person. I think I'm better and more suited for playing my little games and doing what I can to perform best I can. Honestly, I use my streaming as more of a way to try to be more of a variety streamer compared to um only doing rivals on my TikToks and stuff. But yeah, like in general, we have a lot of plans, a lot of goals for this year. I really am very excited to see how it all goes. Honestly, I understand that, Pirate. I am still working on the ASMR video because I've gone through like 3 scripts already and they've all been so incredibly cringe I could not even record for them. So I have to find a script that I'm both okay with and also not going to cringe to oblivion and die because of. Thank you for code. Hello, Demand. How are you? From what? Okay, so the first draft of the ASMR was a half joking, half normal kind of um I don't even know how to describe it. Just kind of like a night out type of thing with a lot of banter, but I figured it was too silly. Second one was I barely even started that one. Just couldn't really think of a conclusive way to take the story. And the most recent one that I'm working on is, or that I worked on was a kind of welcome home type of um recording, and I think I'm gonna stick with that idea. Oh yeah, no, we are guaranteed to get a single ASMR video because that was one of my gifts for Christmas to all of you. So and some of them are still gonna be work in progress until things are finished. Welcome in, or thank you for coming in, Wormy. I hope you have a good night. But yeah, I honestly I wanted to. So I was kind of saying this before, but I kind of got hardcore distracted by one thing I was genuinely curious about, and honestly been a little bit what's it called? Insecure about is y'all can probably notice that I have sounded from first beginning of my YouTube channel to now. I sound significantly different because, well, I've gotten a lot more confident and like kind of more excitable with how I speak instead of very monotone, very one note, rather um, on the other side of my voice. Um, but I was genuinely curious how you guys think compared to, how I used to talk in my deeper tones compared to now, where I'm kind of sitting around more in my, higher to medium tones. That'd be really funny, Trophy. Evie, I cannot sing. Like, dear God, I cannot sing right now. That is the goal I have in the future to learn how to sing, but it's gonna be a long time before I have any amount of confidence in my ability to sing. But I see. Okay. Honestly, yeah, no. I really thought I was gonna be like very quiet and very whispery for a long variety of my career. But honestly, like genuinely, I am very I'm like kind of excited for myself with how like higher I've been able to talk and a lot more like louder and more animated and generally just kind of more excitable because honestly it's just more fun to be able to be a little bit more on the chaotic side. I thing is, like, genuinely, I was such a shy person for so many years. Like, I didn't speak to anybody for so long because when I was younger, I sounded terrible. Like, do you remember a couple of streams, like, way back? Because obviously it's been a while since I've streamed and been consistent on, content creation. Um, because the way I sounded when I was sick, like actively sick and trying to stream despite it, that's kind of how I sounded when I was a lot younger, a lot more on the squeaky side, a lot more on the, I would say childish side, and nobody took me seriously, and I had a large amount of bullying because of it, and that kind of made me, shut up very quickly because I couldn't handle the like genuinely I couldn't handle it. So I kinda stayed quiet and left a lot of people alone and stayed to myself. And because of that I barely spoke each day, kind of leaving my voice to become a lot weaker and a lot more vulnerable to, lack of use. Okay, honestly, I'm sitting here venting my feelings out and people are yelling about Captain America. It's really funny. Hello, Isato. Veritas, the thing is, I was in the rain and then I fell into a ditch because as I was starting to heal my voice, that's when the disease hit. I don't know if I can say it still because of the whole censorship thing, but um as I was healing, that literally changed my vocal cords like hard. Like hardcore changed my vocal cords because that disease does so much to your like ability to speak. And like I genuinely like my voice dropped like 12 octaves. I swear to God, I have sounded like an edgy Darth Vader. For lack of a better term, because at least that's how I imagined I sound because it's a mixture of like um my nerdy childish voice from when I was younger mixed with like force deepenness, I guess, because that's what COVID, whoa, I cannot say that, I don't think, did to um did to my vocal cords, and took a long time to recover from that. So yeah, I had that virus and kind of led to a lot of things. So Jeff, honestly, I don't know how you cannot hear the differences because I I don't even know. Like, I genuinely feel like I sound so different. I'm not really familiar with Corpse Husband's, like, story or anything, so I do remember early on in my, um, career on YouTube, people were calling me Corpse Wife, and that was like a whole running bit in my comment section before a large amount of you showed up, so I do remember that. But what do you mean by another title? Okay, none of you came up with that one because I don't even remember who said that. I just remember like somebody saying corpse wife, and then that became like a more of a consistent thing that was called while I was, um, still figuring out my comfortability with all of you and talking a lot more in my lower tones. God, it's really fun being able to go lower whenever I want to by, not exactly a very friendly tone of voice because I feel like I sound very, intimidating when I go lower. Why am I being turned into a Star Wars reference? Also, I'm very sorry to hear that. It was a more of a painful story, Veritas. Why are we oohing? I swear to God. Honestly, they're like you all were saying it's my y'all were like hearing my tragic origin story. I'll be completely honest with you. That is not even like 1% of my stuff that I've been through because I have been through quite a lot before I ended up here with all of you. Um, but that is, just stepping stones along the way, being able to make it here. Ace, I am very worried about how that's gonna go. Gaslight, what is that long ass title? I'm sorry, motivated. That's my bad. I know I like to get a little dramatic sometimes, and I'm sorry if that comes off as weird. I was not aware I had so many titles, but I'm so sorry, Jeff. I hope your head is okay. Hello, Pan Pan. How are you? What am I looking at in chat? What is this a weird argument that I am seeing? Motivated. The best way I can give you any amount of public speaking tips is to honestly just keep putting yourself in scenarios where you have to talk publicly. Not a matter of you have to do a million speeches or whatever, but go to social events that require you to interact with more than one person. Probably I would say around five at a time. And that will allow you to learn how to talk over people who when you need to, listen when you have to, and make your presence known in more of a way. Actively try to be a part of something, some sort of community or some sort of um what's it called? I'm sorry, motivated. That is such a. I never said that. Okay, I'm just saying, be a part of a community. Maybe go to a local axe throwing area. I don't know. I don't know what's around you, but there's gotta be some form of recreation you can try to find a way to talk to people more about. But people may be weird, but they are a lot more friendlier sometimes. Dungeons and Dragons is an amazing way to do it. All of you trust me. I know what it means to be terrified to talk to people. I say again, I am a VTuber. I am doing all I can to, um, hide away from people. So, I understand what you mean by being afraid of people. I swear to God. Also, for reference, what the quote unquote eat or theme is there's a running joke that I am apparently a Tamagotchi that this chat needs to be, um, and we're doing this now for code. Okay, great. Fine, I will go get something to eat. I will be right back, even though I did, take a picture of my dinner. I swear to God. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Best thing I could find is a granola bar on short notice. But honestly, I always feel so bad whenever I have to walk away from the desk because I feel like I'm neglecting everybody. But honestly, yeah, that is one way of ASMRing. But I don't know. I feel like just kind of going like would get like annoying or something. I am not doing a mukbang stream. I refuse. Categorically, categorically, I refuse to do a mukbang stream. Okay, no, there are cons that people don't think about, okay? Also, Jeff, I hope the pizza was good. I personally would say the cons are much more on the, me potentially choking because I'm not used to eating while eating while talking. And I do have a bit of a tendency to accidentally choke on my food because, I haven't exactly been like um, out to a lot of dinners with people. I honestly forget that French Mari is a thing, I swear to God. Rest in peace, pirate, to the ad jail. I, I'm genuinely curious, like, who are the other streamers you will watch who are not like, me? Because I'm never, like, I've popped into some of the people I rated from time to time, but I've never seen a Mari, what's it called? Emote before, right? I'm sorry, why am I gonna have sombrero? Honestly, honestly, Jeff, I was not expecting you to jump ship to a fanboy VTuber, but honestly valid. I hope they're nice. I did actually, surprisingly, I did run into one last night um, while I was playing Rivals. I don't remember the name, but I looked them up and it said on the, um, on Google was a, that they were a femboy, like a semi-popular femboy VTuber, so that was funny. Also, I'm glad you were able to get a sub, pirate. Also, I completely forgot to say this, but um, thank you all for 400 followers on Twitch. Honestly, did not expect that to come like happen, or you know what I mean. I was waiting for somebody to notice what happened. Also, welcome in, TC. How are you? I was waiting very patiently for somebody to notice what happened with Gaslight. Also, I was gonna say, quote unquote, getting into a femboy VTuber is definitely a choice of wording there, Jeff, but that's all you, buddy. You enjoy the femboy. Honestly, yeah, I don't know how all of you didn't notice that, Gaslight has had mod, like, it's been a while, and, like, nobody ever commented on it. I figured he, like, mentioned it to all of you in the, fan Discord or something like that, honestly. Brickhead honestly being, like, so delusional right now. Honestly, I think all of you just need to, like, check out your vision. I think you guys are seeing stuff, like, honestly. It's been there for so long. Jeff, for reference, people are now just realizing that, um, Gaslight is modded on the Twitch side. It took them a long time to figure it out, but that's funny. See, even Jeff is like saying that people are only just figuring this out. Like, if Jeff knew, then obviously all of you are kind of a little slow. I'm not sure what all of you are talking about. It was there on my side. Yes, I'm genuinely so confused. Like, I am on my side. Like, I see Gaslight has had mod for the whole time. I'm not familiar with that artist, TC. For me personally, I am like hardcore. Like, I know this is my one claim to like personal pride for finding an artist is I was a Sabrina Carpenter fan before she went like mainstream, and I've had her as my top listen to on Spotify for the last like 6 years. Twitch mods basically just maintain order and like handle timing people out or banning people depending on if they're being a bit problematic in chat. No, honestly, think about Sabrina Carpenter. Okay, I need to rant here for just a quick second. My IRL friends all hardcore bully me because I personally, okay, when it comes to celebrities specifically, consider Sabrina Carpenter to be peak woman, and I personally am very starstruck and, you know, enamored by her beauty. Well, all my friends call me quote unquote mid taste, so I don't want to hear it. I'm getting hard bullied for my taste in people. I am so confused why all of you are arguing over whether Gaslight had mod earlier, because he had mod since, like, not the last stream, the stream before last stream. So he's had it for quite a while. Oh, Jeff, don't worry, that's perfectly fine. Not a good thing or a bad thing, it's perfectly normal, honestly. Ace, I genuinely am not sure what's wrong with your side of Twitch, but from my side, he's been mod for quite a while, so I think unfortunately you all may be wrong. No, okay, no, you are not calling my taste in women mid, okay? Sabrina Carpenter is peak woman, and I love her with passion. I rest my case. Nerdcore and Vocaloid are all very good genres. I am allowed to fangirl. Okay, I am allowed to fangirl all I want over one of my favorite music creators. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I wish women were real. God, they're so amazing. Okay, I'm sorry. Who called me a nerd? Who called me a nerd? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, you call me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You call me a tiny little angry rabbit? You wanna call me a rabbit? Okay, fine. You wanna go? Let's fucking go. Okay, let's fucking go. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, okay? What I'm saying is that simply I will defend myself, okay? I am ready to handle whatever comes my way. I will not allow anyone to question me. Oh, I'm just being overdramatic, don't worry. I'm just being simply a little overdramatic, it's okay. I will solo a random Jeff if I want to. In what way is that a Nerf gun? Exactly, okay? I'm sorry, but if the PNG tuber wants to fight, the PNG tuber will fight. Exactly. God, I'm having way too much fun with this. God, I miss streaming. God, I fucking miss streaming. The only question is, where's my other gun? I know I had a second one. Where'd it go? Somewhere around here. Oh well. I would love to be able to get the VTuber model firearm toggle. Be really funny. I'm sorry. Okay, one, hi, Warbreaker. Welcome in. Secondly, I am fighting people, but in a certain way. Secondly, I am not 5'3", okay? The V stands for VT is one thing. It stands for Valentine. Okay, so canonically, if I go by the canon of my current lore, I am 5'6". For how tall I am. Now, I am a different height in real life, but for the sake of honestly, I could probably tell you, honestly. I don't think it matters too much. Plus, I believe I've said it in a short before, but you say that, yet some of you already know what ranges looks like. Ayo! Sorry. Sorry, I'm getting a little too cocky over here. I will say right now that I am not 6 foot. In any way, I am not 6 foot. I am 5 foot something. Yeah, fine. It's fine if I tell you. IRL, I am 5'8". Okay, Warbreaker, who found the fucking... You found the video? How did you find the video? Honestly, how did you find the video already? How do I give off the vibe of 5'8"? This is a very interesting, call, Warbreaker, because I'm not sure how people can give, like, the vibe of 5'8" vibe. Honestly, oh, don't worry, I'm not scared. I'm just kind of vibing out, honestly. Been very animated by far, so. No, my table slamming is perfectly fine. The only reason why it sounds a little muffled at times is because the microphone isn't directly looking um, at the desk when I slam it. This is if I were to point the mic at the desk when I hit it. Okay, either way, honestly, 5'3", I would say it's kind of bite-sized. 5'8" pale blonde white woman. That's my headcanon of you. That is a wild thing. I am not short aggression. I am above average height on multiple levels, okay? Doesn't matter what country you take the statistics from. I am above average. So, boom. Those are called the genetics. You're welcome. I wouldn't say I'm short tempered, okay? Honestly, I really struggle to get angry. I used to have a bit of a problem with being angry and then get on to anger management, but I'm way past that. I've been able to handle myself relatively well unless I want to be a little dramatic for fun. I am excitable. Thank you. Thank you, Warbreaker. See, Warbreaker over here, brand new person, and they've been on my side this entire time, so I thank you very, very much. Oh, look, it's the new mod talking as wild. TC, I swear to God. You know, this would be really funny if I took away one of your mods. It'd be really funny if I did that. Okay, so I have a most exciting moment in my life. The only question, okay, not exciting, not exciting. Let me think here. No, Jeff, both of my YouTube starlights are perfectly fine. I'm talking about the 1v9 I have to deal with on Twitch side. But either way, my one story. Okay, so if you want a story time, how do I want to tell the story? Do I want to tell the story? Because it's definitely on the interesting side. Thing is, the story is definitely on the interesting slash not a really risque, but kind of risque side. That's why I'm a little bit on the. No, you do not need to smoke first, okay? It's more so something that a lot of other people would be celebrating, but I personally was not super interested. Motivated moved around. You know what? I will trust Gaslight to handle the children. Okay, Gaslight, you handle the children while I simply have my personal story time. That's definitely on the interesting side. Because now, honestly, I want to see everybody's reaction to the story. So one thing, Eep is a recurring joke that I am apparently a Tamagotchi who needs to be taken care of, so they decided to add a eat redeem for the sake of, feeding your Tamagotchi, but it's a whole thing. No, unfortunately I just have to grab whatever I can grab on semi-short notice from my kitchen. But we do kind of only do it like once per stream, and somebody already redeemed it, and I have the wrapping here to prove it. I got a little granola bar. Motivated, you join in at the weirdest times, but you know what? Here we go. Time to tell the story. So, here's a quick question before I start. Has anybody here taken a self-defense class or some form of like hand-to-hand type of um technique type of class? Okay, so some of you are going to be familiar with this position. I am not female John Wick. Okay, it was one class I took when I was really little. Not even really little. It was in like high school. I think it was very specifically freshman year of high school, and I was taken to this self-defense class, and during one of the classes, why do we want Mari to slam for points? Um, either way, so basically how it worked is we were doing a position on how to handle if somebody is very specifically sitting on your stomach and punching you in the face. So if somebody is doing that, what you're meant to do is bring your knees up to their butt and thrust your hip into their butt, pushing them up and over you, sending them flying above you. So, like in this scenario, you're sitting on your back. You pull your knees up to their back, thrust into them, and then they go flying. Um, yes, I'm aware it sounds wrong. I'm out of context. That's why I put it in context of a self-defense class. Okay, Gaslight, please get the children out of here. Get them out. Move them away. Either way, so basically, um, the teacher had us all pair up with random students who had to also do the same thing where one person was sitting on their, stomach and the other person was trying to launch them. And when I was paired up with a person, I ended up getting paired with a ended up getting paired up with this senior girl who was um let's just say let's just say if they were a story, they had a large amount of plot to them, and um yeah, that's the best way I can put it. Is they had a lot of plot. Um, and when I went to um, so before it was my turn to launch her, the person to our right pushed pushed them a little too far, and they went sent flying into the wall, and they hit their face in the wall. So I needed to. I was scared to send her into the wall, so I kind of held back on my push so that I didn't hurt her. And I ended up holding back a little too much, and she barely went flying and instead landed. Um, let's just say it was a position where I could not breathe because her chest landed right on my ability to breathe. And in the very awkward position, she was a little terrified. We were both kind of stunned, and I forgot to breathe before this happened. And she was kind of stun locked. I was kind of stun locked. But the issue is, she was stun locked when I physically could not breathe because, like I said, she had a lot of plot. So it was kind of enough to cover both my mouth and my nose to where I physically could not breathe. And um, I nearly passed out from lack of oxygen because my heart was beating like crazy. I was embarrassed and I forgot to breathe before it all happened. And I was out of. I would have, like, I was dying of embarrassment underneath. And I didn't know what to do. And when she finally got off of me, I was just kind of not unconscious, but very close to it. And my friend just had to come, like, pull me aside and hold me and just kind of be like, okay, breathe, breathe, you're okay, you're okay. It was the weirdest situation I have ever been in my entire life. And I felt so bad for her because it was my fault that that all happened to her. And I felt so bad for her. Because, like somebody said in chat, the rule is you never hold back, and it was my fault for holding back. So actively, I feel very bad. That is true. I did not pass out, but I was very, very close to passing out due to lack of oxygen underneath there. Also, to whoever said that's how I learned I was a lesbian, it happened a different way. Okay, I will tell you this right now. It happened a different way. That is not how I learned. My probably would have converted me, honestly. Anyways, I'm now very embarrassed, so I'm gonna get a drink of water. I'll be right back. Okay, I return. Sorry. What am I seeing in chat? Honestly, I didn't think that people finally figuring out that Gaslight head mod is would result in this. Like, it's fine. Honestly, I if anybody is curious about what my personal awakening was, because again, that story was not the actual awakening, but um that story is probably okay, it's gonna be really embarrassing for me, but does anybody remember the old movie called um Monsters versus Aliens? The white haired girl was my personal awakening. Also, hello, Mr. Chu. How are you? Yes, the giant lady. Honestly, it was the white hair. The white hair or like blonde hair is my weakness, and I will fold at any scenario. Okay, no, it's not that I like tall women. It's that I like platinum blondes. Platinum blondes are my absolute weakness. Okay. Oh, Burkhead, I never watched the Transformers movies when I was little. I only watched them when I was older. Like blonde hair, platinum blonde hair, white hair, or like that type of thing. Like I actually have the. Let me try to grab it. Honestly, if I got to choose, I would rather have a girl who was shorter than me, but tall and we're fine. Black hair is also high on my personal list, but it's not the what's it called? Peak for me. If anybody is fully interested in um my own personal flavor of chaos, I may or may not have made a how we say tier list on my personal time because I am okay, I'll be completely honest with all of you. Hair in general is my weakness. Somebody with a good haircut or like a good hair color, I fold. I fold frame zero. Mari folds to good hair. Okay, like obviously personality above all else, but if you really want to sell me, have a nice haircut and a hair color. I enjoy what I enjoy, and that is how things are, okay? Jeff, you say they're low, but they're still pretty high up. The tier list is pretty skewed to the top, so it's not a matter of um, having things not be like super high. Everything is high. There's only a couple of things who are at the lower end. No, well, there's a difference. I like black, but not jet black. Jet black feels a little too, like, void like, in my opinion. Motivated. I am so sorry for that. I will do a tier list stream. You know what? Let's do a tier list right now. Let's do a tier list right now. Okay. Allow me to grab a tier list real quick. Hmm. Kind of think they good. Hello, Leo. How are you? I am not doing a tier list of my starlights, okay? I would never, ever pick a favorite, okay? Never, ever would I pick a favorite. That would be blasphemous. I will not pick a favorite, okay? I swear to God, Gaslight. Okay, so I I swear. Oh, this one has way too many characters that I do not know. I gotta try to find like a tier list that's kind of medium sized. Oh, this works. This works. Okay, let me try to grab my um screen on my. I'm trying to find a childhood crushes tier list since we're on the topic of awakenings and stuff like that. Okay, please work. There we go. Okay, wait. Okay, so we managed to fix everything. I am not doing any more horror, okay? You had your one horror stream, and I will not do that again. Because, God no. This is a tier list of apparently childhood crushes, so we're gonna go off of how I was when I was a little kid, and, gonna see, like, where things go from here. There was a horror stream during Merry Christmas. I believe it was day 1 or 2, I believe. I'm just gonna put you up here because I noticed her. Where is she? Where she is. Honestly, half these characters I'm not gonna know. Because my childhood was much more on the sheltered side, so. I'm sorry. Why would you let the snake from Kung Fu Panda fucking coil you? I feel like it's a very easy way to die. So here's the thing. When I was little, I never saw Avatar, so I cannot rank any of the Avatar characters. I only recently watched the show. Didn't see it when I was a child. I actually never watched 101 Dalmatians. TC, why are we thirsting over Lamia's on main? I'm relatively fast, okay? Just as long as I don't yap too much, I should be able to do this relatively quickly. I never watched any Phantom, so I'm sorry. TC, why are we thirsting over the monster girls on Maine? I swear. I liked her personality, okay? She was very fun whenever she had an episode about her. God, am realizing how much I lived under a rock. Holy shit. No, I'm aware of these characters, some of these characters, but me personally, I didn't grow up with these characters, so. Motivated, I'm guessing you are cooked, if I had to guess. What are all of these shows? Like, so many of these I do not recognize at all. I may be clueless, okay, but I am proudly clueless because now I can give like a accurate like representation of how much I lived under a rock. Like a lot of you have mentioned like you're confused on why I don't get a reference. It's because I don't know what I'm doing. We're doing a childhood crush tier list. I no, I don't know what Wonder Over Yonder is. I did not know Daffy Duck's life. No, but I have seen like so many things. I have not seen so many things. Oh, I'm gonna piss off so many people with this one. I never watched the movie. I never watched the movie, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I I genuinely did not see the movie. So many people talked about it, and I just could never get access to it when I was little. I never watched Kim Possible. I've never watched Kim Possible. It's from the new TV show, I think. I am in actual pain. I am so sorry for everybody. No, I'm aware who Poison Ivy is. I'm just pretty sure it's from the newer TV show, not the older one. So that's why I was a little bit on the, um, like, unsure side of what to do with her. Okay, that's what I have. Tried to speedrun it so that I don't get flamed too much. I have seen Steven Universe, but I didn't watch it when I was a child. I watched it when I was older because I heard it was like good representation of the LGBTQ community, and honestly, the show was mid in my opinion, and so I'm sorry. I did not grow up with Avatar. Like I said, I watched Avatar recently, like as in last month. No, 2 months ago. I watched it when the Avatar set came out in Magic the Gathering, so I'm so sorry. Honestly, if I'm going in comparison of these characters to each other, I think I'll make there goes there. Okay, that's more of a refined list. I'm sorry. I really liked her nerdy personality, okay? I like nerdy people. The more geeky and more nerdy people are, the cuter they are, in my opinion. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do not believe I need to, explain myself to all of you. You don't have to be in the Family Guy death pose, okay? Mavis was just adorable. She's an adorable character. I'm sorry, I like cute personalities, okay? Jessica Rabbit, I don't know, she didn't really make too much of an impact on me as a child. So, I have not seen my life as a teenage robot. Pirate? What do you mean? Okay, pirate. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I'm concerned by what you mean. Also, hello, Spaghetti, how are you? I'm doing fine. I hope things go well, motivated. Also, what do you mean by you have a weakness to exploit? You don't have a weakness. You have nothing, okay? So help me. So help me. So help me. You have nothing. We are ranking childhood crushes. Childhood cartoon crushes. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose. I'm. I will defend myself. I will defend myself. I have people to blame, okay? I will blame whoever I want, okay? You know what? You know what? You know what? No. You know what? I'm gonna do a modern day. I'm gonna do a modern day. Cartoon Crush. So give me 1 second to try to find one. I'm okay, so I was hardcore logging in. I look over to my right. What am I seeing in chat? Actively, what am I seeing? Honestly, I am not doing a 10-day long stream, okay? That is not happening. Screw it. Okay, we'll do this. There is a modern day anime tier list. I'm gonna change the tier list titles. So I forgot to do that. Now the question is, am I gonna get flamed again for not knowing anime? Or will I be we are ranking fictional crushes because we did one when we were for childhood crushes and I got kind of flamed for that. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get redeemed on one that I'm more familiar with. So we will see what happens. I probably cannot name all of the animes, but Gaslight, why did you perk up at the name High School DxD? Like, we all know what it is, but why do you specifically? Um, oh my. A lot of these characters I honestly struggle to remember, I'll be honest. Have a good night, pirate. It is from, Danmanji. I love Danmanji, it's one of my favorite animes of all time. I haven't actually seen Ava in a long time. I have seen it, but it's been too long for me to remember the characters properly, so I cannot really give a opinion, so but for people yelling at me, I have seen it, don't worry. Just been a long time, so probably need to rewatch it. I did watch Shimonetta, but because my friend watched it as a funny anime, not as a pretty one, but I was very much not prepared for what that anime was gonna be. Also, that doesn't have a personality, I'm sorry. A Vocaloid tier list, that could be fun, honestly. I never have watched ReZero, so I'm sorry. You get there, then I I'm seeing so many people like be prepared for their favorite. When unfortunately I'm probably not even gonna know their favorite exists, so I am sorry in advance for I've seen a lot of anime, not all of these, so I am sorry. This list just keeps going. The list is quite long, so god, I'm realizing how little anime I've seen. TC, unfortunately, it's already 2026, so. I think I could have missed a character, honestly. I may have missed, like, a person here or there, which I am sorry for. I. Honestly, it's hard to keep track of all these faces, so. I am sorry. It's been a while since I've watched the Coming a Kill, so I am sorry. It's been a while. What the hell did I do? Oop, there we go. Thank goodness. I don't know where this stuff came from. I'm sorry. I can do a rivals tier list after this. I have seen Future Diary, but it was when I was little. That one I actually do remember. It was one of my first ever animes, like ever. I haven't seen enough of Demon Slayer. I've seen some, but not enough. I'm like halfway through season one, so. mental. That is wild. Okay, why does everybody think I'm Komi? I am not Komi, okay? Dear God. Okay. Genuinely, what is your reasoning? What is your genuine reasoning for why I'm Komi, okay? Just without the stuttering is wild, okay? No, yeah, that anime was terrible. Oh no, I haven't seen Naruto. I'm sorry, I haven't seen Naruto. So that's probably why. Welcome back, motivated. I hope you're able to get your project in. I just never really got into shonen a lot. Like, I kind of like shonen, but it's never been a genre that I personally watch a large amount of, so that's my personal opinion. By others could be very, like, different, whatever. I'm so sorry, I haven't seen more anime. Okay, that's my bad. I have not seen Dragon Ball, I'm sorry. I am trying to remember plot points, honestly. Okay, so that I can kind of put as my personal tier list. The thing is, okay, Sinon is being held back by the fact that she's from a shitty anime, so I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it, okay? I'm just gonna say it. Her anime is terrible. So there you go. These are my personal choices. You all are free to judge me as you will. There probably is. Honestly, it would really be fun to do an anime opening without like, the music, but that's how I get DMC'd into next fucking millennium. So I honestly wouldn't recommend SAO to anime starters. I feel like it's a really easy way to turn people away from anime. Okay, so I'm gonna do one final tier list, and that's gonna be a rivals tier list. And I'm gonna talk a lot more about this tier list instead of just kind of sitting here reacting to what chat says about me. Probably butchering their favorites. I personally agree with Full Metal Alchemist being a peak anime. It's really good. I like Danmachi, but Danmachi is hard for new anime viewers to get into and not be kind of freaked out by the fan service in the early seasons. But yeah, let me organize this real quick. I think I have everybody. No, wait, there we go. I forgot about Venom. That's my bad. This is my opinion of my Rivals 5.5 tier list as a celestial player for ranked specifically. Um, Casual. I have no idea what happens in casual, but in ranked celestial elo, this is gonna be my personal opinion. Starting with the tanks, I would say. Hmm, Strange is somewhere between A and S in my opinion. Thor is somewhere between B and C. Mag is like the best tank ever made. Thing is so terrible right now. This is how I would say for tanks. Reasoning 1, Mag is the best character ever made. Period. Emma, second best tank ever made. We're pretty much always useful. Like, there's very rarely a time where a good group player does not at least bring value to the team. And the best ults and the best utility, and generally punishes a very common thing in ranked, that is people not paying attention. Strange is the most consistent tank in being able to put up numbers, damage, protection, and good amount of peeling just in general. He's an all-arounder, but he doesn't quite have what he needs to be amazing right now in the S tier. Venom, I would say, in the hands of a true Venom player, you're going to die. You're going to be farmed for ult, and you're not going to know how to keep up with him. Hulk would be similar to Venom, but the issue is his abilities are just so bad right now. Rogue is similar. I would say, like, Banner and Rogue are two very similar characters. Like, all these three characters, very similar with how they play and how they impact the game. But as a current Celestial player, my top three played characters were Iron Man, Emma Frost, and Doctor Strange, and they all helped me get to Celestial. So that's my own personal opinion. Yeah, there's too much CC for like all these characters. Rogue doesn't quite have the damage. Captain America doesn't quite have the um impact in most games, but he can be really good, similar to like Venom, within the hands of like a good player with the character. He's insane, but at the same time, there's not many people who know how to play him that well. Penny's good at anti-dive, but at the end of the day, Penny is like, how do I say this? Penny is a polarizing character. She's useful when she's useful, but when she's not useful, like, why would you ever play that character? Also, welcome in, welcome in. Thor is a fat DPS, that's all he is. Angela is. I hate Angela so much. Usable, yes. Very good, not really. And Thing is terrible. No matter how many buffs he gets, he's kind of never really the choice you want. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Thor is just a fat tank. Or a fat DPS. Sorry. He's a DPS with more health. Also, please stop trying to call this a cult, okay? We are not a cult. Now, for supports. Hmm. Honestly, I'm gonna do this. Honestly, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. The more I thought about it, Cloak and Dagger just has not been very performative recently. As compared to used to be. Have a good night, Ace. Okay, time for my reasoning. Broken. Broken. It's Luna. She's always gonna be S tier. Um, A tier. Okay, triple support. Very, very strong right now. Um, Leo. Um, as much as I wanna say, Jeff has never been good. We were in Jeff, what's it called? Jeff format was one of my least favorite time. I'll be honest, Jeff Ultron format was my least favorite time to play Rivals. That was a terrible meta, and I hated playing it. I, even as a Iron Man player, Jeff Ultron meta, Jeff Ultron triple support meta was the worst meta to ever play in. It was my least favorite one ever. Um, right now, no, that was not easy win elo. In high ranks, people know how to play that comp. It's so annoying and it's so good. Um, Chip support is strong. I would say in order of power, this is most accurate for triple support. Loki is just another one of the most broken supports, so having a copy is always good. Quicknecker is good, but she's kind of fallen off on power compared to the others. Um, Rocket is Rocket. Honestly, Rocket is fine. He's always going to be fine, but his his. So many people are used to shooting the amp now, especially in high-elo. That thing does not like want to stay around for very long, so it kind of leads to a problem where people just kind of shoot the amp. Jeff has fallen off by a decent amount, and I am so happy for that. I fucking hate playing against a Jeff meta. Now, for DPS, I would say my tier list is Angela. Just comparatively speaking, compared to her impact on a match, comparing to the other tanks, I would just say she's not as impactful. Hmm. is gonna be my tier list. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so let me go over my reasoning. Number one, these two are fucking broken. These two are fucking broken. They're gonna be broken, and they're gonna stay broken for a while. Until that team up is gone. Fucking stupid characters. I hate them both. I hate it so much. No, I have played against really good Black Widows, but at the end of the day, it's like unless you have one of the top 5% Black Widows on your team, you're never gonna want to see a Black Widow. Daredevil, fucking insane character, has way too much survivability and does crazy damage. Like that character was a mistake, honestly. I love Daredevil so much, but goddamn, is he a problem? Bucky is Bucky. Honestly, Bucky is literally just Bucky. He's the most consistently good DPS ever in Rivals. Basically, server admin Bucky. Then I would say, Hawkeye is S tier if you have a god tier Hawkeye on your team. By outside of like the perfect accuracy, 100% fucking you die Hawkeyes, he's more closer to A tier because he is a lot harder to use. Then I would say Phoenix for her just being a slightly worse Hela to the point where she doesn't quite reach the S tier, but she's very, very close in my opinion. Silex nerfs do hit her pretty hard because her ult spam is no longer as good and makes her much more like vulnerable in a variety of like useful cases, but I would say she's still at the same time able to one shot people and have like really fast like time to kill. So I would say she's still A tier in my opinion. Magic is a server admin if you have server admin. And like magic mains are slowly becoming more and more scary as time goes by. Starlord has zero counters. Like genuinely you cannot counter a good Starlord. If a good Starlord wants to commit Starlord, you literally cannot do anything against him, like besides just outplay him. Which is kind of a hard thing to do sometimes. He's a very consistent character. Same thing with Punisher. And Wolverine is Wolverine. With the buffs, he's still very good, but he's not always useful. Iron Fist is objectively B tier, but for me, I fucking hate Iron Fist, and I hope he dies. Iron Man Moon Knight, my personal mains. These are my babies. I love them, and they're mid tiers. They're eternal mid tiers. Like Midnight might be a little higher right now because like he's gotten some pretty good buffs, but at the end of the day, like compare him to what the other characters can do, he just doesn't quite bring the extra value that these characters do. I I love my mains, but they are eternal mid tiers, and they will always be mid tiers. Squirrel buffs have definitely made her better, but not perfect. Similar to Moon Knight, but a worse version, I would say. Storm is nowhere near her prime, but she's still good. especially with like a storm shark. It's the only reason why you can make a Jeff less of a throw pick on your team. The buffs to Scarlet Witch make her a very good anti-dive character, and like in general make her much more consistent, not a throw pick. The nerfs to Torch have hit him pretty hard, but at the end of the day, he's kind of still very good and can do a lot for your team. Blade, I think, is a sleeper pick right now, but he's just not in a very friendly environment for him to be shining. I don't really think I need to talk about these characters. They are sad and they are bad and they are very painful to think about, but I'm so glad that they're bad. I hate these characters. I never want to see them meta, but oh well. I don't think Spider-Man needs to be nerfed. He's already pretty bad already. It's just a matter of a skill check on being able to play anti-dive well. Anyways, it is 1 in the morning and I have work tomorrow, so I'm gonna head out, everybody. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you all. And I will go grab somebody to raid for the night. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you all for coming and dealing with my absence.